James Twin for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable true school sports empire, and y'all know the rest. Listen, man, I wanted to come give you guys this quick post-fight review of Kenshiro Teraji against Christopher Rosales. As you guys can see, it's only right. I got to do it in front of the Kenshiro banner. I finally got this back from storage in Florida, so good to have this on the set here in my my high-tech Las Vegas studio. But nonetheless, the result of the fight was an 11th round stoppage for Kenshiro. Rosales was his first fight at 112 at flyweight. Kenshiro has established himself as quite possibly one of the greatest light flyweights in the history of boxing. 12 world title defenses, 3 world championships, has beat every man that's ever stepped in the ring with him at light flyweight. But now he's at flyweight, looking to capture more glory at the age of 32. And he fought Rosales. Rosales is a guy in this weight class that's, rugged, former world champion, stopped Daigo Higa many years ago. And, very formidable. Granted, I'm not going to sit here and cap. Rosales is not a world beater. He most of the time when he stepped up, he's lost. Like he lost to Angel Ayala, he lost to Charlie Edwards, he lost to Julio Cesar Martinez. So he hasn't been like a consistent like championship level performer, but he is a former world champion, so he get that respect, and he's a naturally bigger guy. So this was going to be a tough test for Kenshiro coming in just because of the experience and the size of this guy. And truth be told, Kenshiro Teraji gave Christopher Rosales a boxing lesson. I mean, it was just like his footwork, his ability to get in and out and consistently set up the straight right hand, his ability to place the right hand of the body, his ability to just jab his face off. He had him bleaking because of of his power jab, his power up jab. And it was just one of those performances, like, if you guys have been following my videos about Kenshiro over the last couple of years, I've been banging the drum because I feel like on a fight-by-fight basis, he continues to make a big case for himself to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, he stopped this guy in 11 rounds, two division champion, 4-time world champion, 12 career world title defenses, Ring Magazine lineal light flyweight champion, and the only loss of his career to Masamichi Ibuki, he avenged it with a 3rd round knockout. And funny enough, Ibuki, who at the time was an 11-1 underdog, has went on to once again become champion by knocking out 7-19 Chinga over the weekend. So this guy is, we talk about in boxing, we always ask as fans for fighters to give us substance, the things to hold on to. This guy has given us so much substance and consistency in great fights and dominant performances throughout the years that it's like it's ridiculous to me that he's not more appreciated. I think out of all the active fighters in boxing, he's got one of the strongest cases for the Hall of Fame once his career is done. But as far as this fight, Rosales, he was trained by Eddie Reynoso. So funny enough, the one of the other storylines in this fight was the fact that Canelo Alvarez was ringside, and he was there to support his stablemate Rosales. And one thing about these Eddie Reynoso fighters, they do well against certain styles, but over the last 2 years, we've seen it many times. Eddie Reynoso fighters getting exposed by fighters with elite jabs and elite footwork. It all started, 2022. Roman Gonzalez. Just in 2022 alone, Roman Gonzalez beats Julio Cesar Martinez. Shakur Stevenson beats Oscar Valdez. You guys know Canelo Alvarez gets exposed by Dimitri Bivol, and it's been an ongoing theme with his fighters. It's just because of the way they fight, and Rosales didn't have the know-how. He didn't know how to get in position to land his shots or impose his size, and it was pretty much like target practice for Kenshiro. And he's 32 years old now. He's a guy that at this age and in these weight classes, 32 is considered old, and he's still right near the top of his game. He's still one of the best fighters in the world. I actually have him on the True School Sports pound for pound list as my number 7 pound for pound fighter in boxing. And honestly, if he's able to unify the division, there's some really good fights in this division for him. You got Anthony Olas Kawaga, who's gonna fight here very shortly. They could do a big rematch if he beats Jonathan Gonzalez. You have Angel Ayala, who just won the vacant title in August. And then you have fellow Japanese fighter Seigo Yuri Okui. So there's definitely some good fights out there for Kenshiro. I would like to see the Anthony Olasquaga rematch probably more than any of them. But regardless, like, look, man, who at this point with Kenshiro, with the Amazing Boy, who even cares who he fights? Because every time he fights, he delivers. Even when he got knocked out, he came back and knocked out Ibuki. So, like, I watch so many fighters. I watch so much boxing that, like, when you get to these guys like, you know, Kenshiro, Roman Gonzalez, Artur Beterbiev, Alexander Usyk, you know, these top upper echelon fighters who fight by fight, they don't really have too big of a dip in performance. These guys are pretty consistently, and they're pretty consistently great. He is one of those guys I look at, like, you talk about Inoue, you talk about, you know, Crawford, you talk about Roman Gonzalez, you talk about Usyk, you talk about Beterbiev, you talk about Bivol. I look at this guy in that class because if his resume says that, his performances say that, and he's been one of boxing's truest warriors. So yeah, he beat Rosales easily. I didn't really see him missing a step. You know, he was able to probe with the jab. He was able to dart in and dart out at will. He was able to place his shots to the body at will. And, you know, I think, you know, it's crazy at 112. There's still there's a lot of fighters that I think he can beat. I mean, I think you may get to this weight class and Kenshiro may fuck around and unify this division too. Maybe if this time, if the cards can line up, because at 108 he would have been undisputed or tried to be undisputed, but Jonathan Gonzalez kept pulling out of fights, so that kind of screwed the timetable of that up, and you know his body was having a hard time making the weight. So I would like to see him continue to progress. I mean, you got like a lot of good fighters that aren't even champion yet. You got like Yanquiel Rivera, who I like in Puerto Rico. You got Sonny Edwards. I'm hoping for a Sonny Edwards Kenshiro fight. That's a fight that I really want to see at some point, maybe, and hopefully happens because right now as it stands, Sonny Edwards is the number 5 WBC ranked contender. The number 1 spot was vacant. The number 2 spot was Rosales, who Kenshiro just beat. So really, Sonny Edwards is really like the number 3 contender. He's right there. So I'm kind of hoping, I'm holding out for that fight. But those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts of Kenshiro Teraji. I mean, like, he gave Canelo Alvarez a great show ringside and absolutely beat the brakes off Christopher Rosales and handed the Eddie Reynoso stable another L. So, you know, they got to learn over there. Like I'm not trying, like, and this is like, I know in the past, like I would like clown, and I'm not hating. Like, they need to figure out how to deal with these elite level boxers, man. Because every time an Eddie Reynoso fighter, for the most part, fights an elite level boxer with a world class jab, they don't have any answers for it, and it's kind of like, it's kind of getting me pissed off. You know, make the adjustment already. Like, I know it's easier said than done from the comfort of my, you know, my sofa, but I'm saying, like, I think they can do it, you know. So it's more of like an encouragement. Please make the adjustment so we can see more greatness from your fighters. But that's my thoughts, guys. What do you guys think about Kenshiro versus Christopher Rosales? He completely outclasses him from round 1 to round 11, and the referee eventually stops the fight before the beginning of round 12. And Kenshiro Teraji is now a 2-division, 4-time world champion, and the case for the Hall of Fame is just getting stronger and stronger fight by fight. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Who do you want to see him fight next? All that good stuff. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canada, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.